As I prepare to retire from my role as Chief Energy Regulation Officer and as the team leader of the electric cooperatives, I stand before you with a full and grateful heart. Naku, ano ba? It's not an easy moment because I am closing a chapter that has been a meaningful part of my life. For 37 years, I have had the honor of serving in government across 4 institutions. I worked with the National Statistics Office, Bureau of Labor and Employment Statistics, MWSS Regulatory Office, and my beloved DRD and DRC. Of those years, 26 were spent with the Energy Regulatory Commission, an institution that became more than a workplace to me. It became a place of purpose, growth, challenge, and service. Two of the most memorable milestones in my journey was becoming the supervisor in the unbundling of electricity rates for the electric cooperatives under Director Ellen. At the start of the era, and supervising the power supply agreements team, which happened in a most unexpected circumstance under Congress. The unbundling of electricity rates spanned from early 2002 until around 2006. So memory lane natin. Which for me personally tested both my physical strength and logical thinking in the unbundling of the rates of the electric cooperatives, which at the time was already 120. We had rigorous rate-making training from our foreign consultants from USA. And from the simple two types of electricity charges, the unbundling of rates resulted in more than 10 types of charges. It was the time when I had to go home late. Sabi nga ng asawa ko, diba? We leave the office from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. And it's almost every day. Juggling my role as a public servant and as a mom to my kids and a wife to my husband. That period was also unforgettable because at the time, when we were so busy in the office doing that bundling of rates, that we lost all our valuables inside our house to the scammers taking advantage of the nannies and people who were left at home. So it's really unforgettable. It was also then that I delivered my second child prematurely at 7 months due to the stress brought about by unbundling. It almost cost my life and my baby's life at the time. Thank God we survived. Kanina nandiyan si Andre. My baby is now a 4th-year college student at the UANP this coming school year. So for those who were involved in the unbundling of rates of all the regulated entities who are here today, congratulations to all of us. The unbundling of rates was such a feat. Congratulations was Ma'am Ellen. We survived. In 2016, when I supervised the power supply agreement team, we started with only 4 people in the team. It was sudden that I had to leave Director Rex's team at the time, considering that I just returned to ERC from the MWSS Regulatory Office. It was such a challenge to do the evaluation of the PSA then, not just because there were plenty of pending cases and new applications that were being filed then, almost 300 plus at the time, but because we used either the annuity method or the discounted cash flow method in determining the capital recovery fee of the generation companies, depending on how the CRF was calculated in your application, and determining what interest rate or proper WACC to use. And it was a baptism of fire for me. But thanks to the DCF methodology used in the NWSS Regulatory Office in the evaluation of the water rates, that this made my life easier when I handled the PSA team. But still, being in the PSA team at the time really required us to be on our toes all the time. Be aware of the WAC formula and the efficiency caps for fuel-fired and coal-fired power plants. And similar to the present, we had to dispose of PSA cases every week. Thank God, EBOS was not implemented then for the PSA cases. With the PSA team, I also experienced to have no time to spare in buying Christmas gifts or attend to Christmas parties because we must study the PSA cases that were filed with the Commission during the Christmas season of 2019. Baka naalala niyo. We also experienced to be present during the hearings of around 10 Meralco PSA cases, together with ERC lawyers, and propound relevant questions that can be used in the evaluation of the PSA cases. To Krisha and Jazz, who were with me during those times, during those hearings, thank you. Thanks because we survived the challenges during the pre-pandemic PSA. In my 26 years of service in the ERC, I was given the opportunity to lead the power supply agreement team, i.e. GenCo, over and under recovery team, and the electric operatives team. And this is especially to the staff of electrical operatives team. Who am I handling at present? But to all the staff in these teams and division, my heartfelt thanks. Whatever targets we accomplished were made possible because of your assistance, dedication, cooperation, and teamwork. You helped carry the work forward, and I will always remember that with deep appreciation. I am deeply thankful to have been part of an institution with the power and responsibility to create meaningful change in the energy industry. Our work is not only about rules, rates, systems, or regulations. At its heart, it is about people, families, businesses, and communities that depend on reasonably priced and reliable energy for daily life and progress. Through the years, I have learned that public service asks much from us. It requires patience, courage, integrity, and faithfulness to duty. But I have also learned that the burden becomes lighter when it is shared with people who are committed, capable, and sincere. To my colleagues, Directors June, Alvin, and Ellen, and fellow public servants, thank you for your trust, guidance, and support. Thank you for the conversations that sharpened our understanding, the debates that strengthened our recommendations, and the shared commitment that helped us move forward even when the path was not easy. As I leave this position, I have confidence in the people who will continue the work. The energy sector will keep evolving, and new challenges will require wisdom, courage, and innovation. I believe that ROS has the capacity and dedication to meet them. Retirement for me is not an ending, but a transition. I step away with peace in my heart, grateful for the privilege of service, proud of what we accomplished together, and hopeful for what lies ahead. To everyone who has been part of this journey, thank you for your kindness, support, trust, and friendship. I will always be grateful. Maraming salamat sa inyo lahat.
Thank you, Leila.